Good evening and welcome to another episode of Unscripted and Unchained RPG Review. I am DM Bloodworth, and as you can see, today's video is Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, the Dungeon Master's Guide. This is first edition, although it's not the first edition or the first printing cover. Let me give you a little background into my recent purchases here. If you saw my last video, you'll know what I'm talking about. But for those of you that are joining this video for the first time, I recently decided that I wanted to buy all of the first edition hardcovers that I had back in the early 1980s when I started playing, and I made this recent purchase of all three books, and although I was hoping they all came at the same time, they obviously didn't, and they're going to come to me kind of piecemeal. So I'm just going to put up a separate video for each one. Now, a comment was made on my video yesterday that I had displayed an image of the three books that were together, and yet they weren't all the same covers. So I decided to, take that little, suggestion to make sure that I'm putting the right information out there. So just picked up this package today. Haven't opened it yet, so I haven't seen the book yet, and hopefully it's going to live up to my expectations. It was listed as good condition, but in my last video, if you look at that one and see that book's condition was far better than what the description of good means, even on Amazon. So I was really, really happy with that one, and that purchase was only $13 and change. This one was $21.78, so still pretty cheap considering what they generally go for on eBay. This book could run probably around $40 on eBay once you deal with bidding for it and shipping and handling and such. So kind of glad at the price. I'm hoping that the quality matches. So I'm going to switch views here and go to this one. So a little larger view. So it came in a package like this, and I don't know if you're familiar with these. I'm not super happy with these kinds of packages because they're just like a cardboard paper type covering, and tend not to, they're easy to open, but they don't have the cushioning that I like to see. So we're just opening this guy up, and so this is my very first, so that's the first thing I see. I'm not, the paper looks pretty brown, so we shall see. So certainly not like the other. And interestingly enough, so that's where graphics kind of go out of whack. It's the original cover. So totally different book. And they placed a sticker. They placed a sticker on the front. And this does, well, we'll take a look at it. I'm not exactly certain that I'm going to be happy with this. So it's much rougher condition on the outside. It kind of looks like it's been almost water damaged. So this is not what I was really expecting, and they put a sticker on the damn front. All right, at least that came off. So let's take a look on the inside and see. Yeah, I would have never gone and gotten this, but let's take a look. Maybe I will back off on my impression. Yeah, I'm just not. It's very, very rough. Almost water, like it's water damaged. So I'm gonna have to double check and look. So this is the edition, the revised edition, December 1979. So still obviously first edition, revised edition, so doesn't mention the printing. Paper is kind of, a little bit yellowed. Certainly not anywhere near in comparison to the other. I just want to make sure that there's no writing through most of it. So once again, the text in the 1E books are, it's really, really tiny text, so it's, and that's because there were so many rules. It was so dense as far as the rules are concerned that, it kind of had to be very small font and crammed in there. Well, the binding is looking pretty good, though. I mean, I'm taking a look at this binding here, and you can see there's still some bowing of the paper, and so that internal binding is pretty solid. I'm kind of happy with that. I'm just not super excited about the cover's condition. It smells like an old book, nowhere near like the other, and quite honestly, it does look. I mean, maybe somebody could leave a comment as to, what the cover was like. It's obviously not a smooth cover to begin with, but it just seems very damaged on the binding. Like it does have some water damage. It is the original cover though, so or the first printing cover. So I'm kind of cool with that, but you can see the difference in the two as far as the quality is concerned, and but hey, for $21, I'm not going to totally lose my mind. So anyway, I just wish that binding was a little bit better, like wasn't kind of worn here and such, but it is what it is. It is a hardcover, and it is something that I'm going to put on my shelf. And I did get the original, which I wasn't quite planning on, so that's pretty cool. Once again, the wrong picture on the graphics here, so I'll change it up for the thumbnail. At least I'll put the the right cover for the thumbnail, and you'll see how that explains it. So that's the thing with buying things unseen, and sometimes you're really, really excited about what you get because it exceeds your expectations. Other times you have a complete surprise, like this is, pretty much a surprise. I'm not overly disappointed. I'm just a little bit disappointed in that it wasn't exactly what I was expecting to get, and the condition. I mean, they said it's good condition, and it certainly is. In good condition, using the definitions that they use on, on Amazon. So I'm not saying that I got something less quality than what I was purchasing. And perhaps I was just, spoiled by this book here and getting something that was higher quality than I thought, than I was expecting to get. I was kind of hoping to maintain the different cover styles. Now I know that the monster manual that I bought is supposed to be the original cover. So that'll be interesting to see, which actual original cover I get, or which cover I get with that one. Um, you know, Perhaps what I'll do is I'll see what comes. If it does come, then I'll look to exchange this for the second printing, or vice versa. Perhaps I will part ways with this book and get the original if that what's shows up on my doorstep. That I'm expecting to see sometime, I guess, this week. So hopefully, when I get it, I'll have them all. But once again, all three books for $68, including shipping and handling, is still not bad. And like I said, I wanted the hardcovers. I wanted them on my shelf, not just solely the PDFs. And it's just something that I really wanted to, have each of the editions. So I'll have the 3 core for the first edition, and then I'll get the 3 core for second, third, fourth. I already have fifth, so it'll add to my collection, and we will go forward. Um, I will continue to collect and show off these things as I get them, and I look forward to seeing you on the gaming screen sometime very soon. Um, and hopefully the next one will be, a much more better surprise for myself. So, hey, that's the way it works. Like I said, you're buying it unseen, and throwing up a video that is unscripted and unchained. And sometimes you will hear my excitement, and sometimes you'll hear my slight disappointment. So you'll have a good week coming on up, and I look forward to seeing you on the gaming screen sometime soon. You have a good night.